300. What is the deal? This your folks, Shaka, the urban philosopher. Wanted to share my thoughts with you all very quickly. So I wanted to speak more on this whole DK4L situation, y'all. You know, a couple of days ago, I got a question about the situation, and someone wanted to know, someone who just recently followed the channel, they wanted to know, considering Ken's past episodes violations, why did they end the situation now or just recently? And so I wanted to speak on that today because this is a good backdrop for the video I made on situations. If you have not seen that video, I suggest that you stop now, check that out, because it is going to tie into what I'm going to talk about here. I'll drop the link below. But you know, in my opinion, y'all, after checking out all of the info, it is my belief that it ended primarily because they just could not salvage the brand and what it stood for anymore. I do believe she ended the situation because Ken kept violating the situation and the brand, okay? Whether she was doing something in the background or not, I was not able to find anything suggesting that, but it is clear that she, at least up front, did value the relationship and the brand enough to respect the public perception. You know, Ken, on the other hand, was looking a little dirty Mac-ish, and we are going to speak on how his violations made it damn near impossible to continue the brand. You know what I'm saying? Under what DK4L stood for. You know, their relationship was not popular because of stuff like, you know, Stevie J shenanigans and stuff like that, you know. They were popular because people seen a relationship and companionship that they wanted in life themselves, you know. And that is hard to maintain when you consider what was going on, and we're going to talk about it. And so first I want to say what I believe is that things spin out of hand because, you know, bro Ken, in my opinion, he just did not have any real elders or OGs in his corner. You know, you most definitely need some kind of manhood, mentorship when you're placed in a position he was in all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? I also believe you need your space as a man. You know what I'm saying? Before you can take on something like that. You know, fame, money, and all this type of stuff. And you got to maintain a relationship, you know. And see, that is why I do what I do, y'all, on this channel. I could care less about, you know, these dudes up here whining because I'm using them as case studies so that, you know, brothers like Ken, who are in these positions all of a sudden, or maybe the brother is talented, he is about his business, but certain things like this is the problem. I do it for brothers like that, you know, especially the younger brothers. You know what I'm saying? I put these templates out there for them. I don't care if I got to use a lot of these clowns out here, you know what I'm saying, as sacrificial lambs to do so, okay? This is why I do it. You know, y'all, you lose a person the way that you got them, all right? Brothers who run into Ken's situation must make sure that you've lived enough to go into situations honestly with a woman, okay? You have to establish respect from the woman of the position that you choose to stand on, okay? It's either that or we need our space, or we just need to, you know what I'm saying, be apart. But lying, hiding, and dirty macking is never the solution. And you should never be a man suggesting that a woman put you in a position to be such a person. Okay, whether it's I didn't want to do it because she's going to get mad, stuff like that. You can't be that. Okay. I believe the brother, though, was in rebel mode, as is the case with many brothers. You know, we typically never give ourselves the space, like I was saying, to find who we are as men. Okay, we leave our mama's house, from being the son on into girlfriend's house to be the boyfriend. Okay, this can cause problems, and I think that this was Ken's case. When you look at their first videos about like how they met, he talks about how he was already talking to another girl, and then he graduated on to De'Ara. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to make sure we're giving ourselves that space, you know what I'm saying, to kind of man up first. But let's get into it, y'all. You know, these violations or whatever. So I went back and I looked back to about 3 years, okay? And so we picked up on the first incident. This video was called The Real Story, okay? And apparently there was talk that Ken met a girl at the mall. He said it was a social media thing. This ended up involving De'Ara going back and forth with the girl, and just boom, boom, blah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, first off, he hid it from De'Ara. As I told y'all, that's not good. And, you know, as a man, you shouldn't hide anything from the woman because you're afraid she's going to get mad or something like that, all right? That's not a good look. As a man, you should have a relationship established that allows you to communicate openly with the person, okay, you are in the situation with. Second, it was a little dirty Mac of Ken to allow a situation that he claims was a random person just saying, hey, Ken. And it turned into a saga that got you on phone calls and all this stuff like that. It wasn't a good look. Okay, it got the woman that you're building with involved. That's the woman of value that you're dealing with. And so this is kind of like what happened. All right. Even in that situation, you know, Ken was not really being a man about it. You know what I'm saying? He kind of let De'Ara lead the video. And as a man, when situations like this happen, if they happen, you know what I'm saying? Because you should be being upfront, all right? But if they happen, you have to take charge and let the woman know that this is not a situation where she is cleaning up your mess, okay? You're not her man, boy, child, okay? And Ken kind of gave that impression, all right? Like he put De'Ara in the driver's seat on that one so that she can kind of clean up the mess for him. And so that situation, it just seemed to set the stage for things. And just looking at that situation right there, it really kind of hurt the brand at that time. But it was 3 years ago, and you know, a lot of the little smaller things that were going on, like him not wanting to walk through the grocery store with her and things like that, they hadn't really ran their course. And you know, the audience was still into it. I believe they were still into it. They were ready to go. So, but that situation did set the stage for what came next, you know what I'm saying? Because it only kind of got worse, you know? And it was some years later. Like I say, we're going off what we see, what was put up front for us. And Ken was apparently caught in the parking lot with the woman, and he was hugging and grabbing on her, okay? On camera. Okay, this was a serious violation of the situation, you know. He was called out on it, and he dismissed the community's concern, okay? Now, they were commanding a big community. He dismissed their concerns, and he assured De'Ara that he was sorry. This wasn't in a video or anything like that. It apparently was a text or something. Okay, there was no indication that, you know, he was going to fix his behaviors or anything like that, you know. He claimed he was going to duck out for a while to figure some things out. Okay, and when you look at what DK4L stands for, this was just a straight violation of the code, you know what I'm saying? Because when he was outside of the team, DK4L, he was out there on his own. That's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then when the community kind of spoke about it, he kind of dismissed it like their concerns don't really matter. Okay. Now, again, we're talking about the situation, which is DK4L. Okay. Giving the half-ass apologies and ducking into hiding. You know, this violation here, it really dismantled a great part of what they had built. You know what I'm saying? As far as what their reputation was over the course of the years. Even after that violation 3 years ago, it kind of really just set them back. You know what I'm saying? And it made all of this other stuff show its head. You know, I'm seeing just as of recent, they having all the cheating compilations and things like that. And it's always starting with that first one 3 years ago. So it dismantled a great part of what they had built. You know what I'm saying? This situation here with him on camera. And yet and still, it seemed as if they just kept trying to salvage the brand. They still kept trying to keep it DK4L. But I think the straw that really broke the camel's back, you know what I'm saying, as far as public, because they probably were already gone in the background, but what made them have to just come public and denounce everything is Ken with the Twitch situation. Okay. I believe them going on record here recently was more or less a business move. Big time. Okay. Because of what he did on the Twitch live stream. You know what I'm saying? He was shitting all over the DK4L situation in this process. You know, in the video, he was taking shots. He was talking out of character. He was speaking to these girls about such things as drinking and smoking. You know what I'm saying? He was talking very low value, using the whole y'all could be models talk and, you know, the super tough guy talk. I'm gonna put you in your place, girl, when I see you. It wasn't, he didn't come off like a man who commanded such a community that he was commanding, and that he had the woman that he had on his side, which was a socially valuable woman, a woman that was key to the situation that they had. It was kind of just like he lost all track of that. And one of the biggest things that really was a blow was that he was not seen as the boyfriend that he was valued for being under that DK4L brand. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just add to it, the girl's name was Taylor or whatever. So it was just a whole dirty mackin' mess. And when you look at all of these things, y'all, and you see what was on the line, you really don't need to see him leaving a hotel room, okay, to determine why the situation had to end, okay, at that time. Why they had to just go public with it, because she needed to just separate herself from that whole type of situation with him, because now he was seen as a totally different person after that whole Twitch stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, this really was bad, you know, because it really put him in a position to have a serious hill that he has to climb up now. You know, yeah, I wasn't able to really go back and just research the full whole cheating situation. But when you look at it, yeah, Ken really has a lot to do, because he can't even make himself really look as if he's that boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Anymore. Okay? And so, yeah, that's why I believe they ended the situation at that time. You know what I'm saying? At this time, I think that before they were probably still able to kind of ride the bandwagon of the DK4L process. People could still kind of see them together and stuff. But, you know, after these public violations kept showing their head, and then the little micro things that was happening and stuff like that, you know, him not wanting to walk through stores with her and just the little things and things like that, it's very hard to try to maintain that brand after that. So it was only right that they split up and kind of started their own brands, you know. But it's not a good look for Ken, because when you look at the whole saga, you know, it's kind of looking like, you know, De'Ara was DK4L and Ken kind of wasn't, you know what I'm saying, up front, you know. So I'm gonna say that. And you know, as men, you know, we got to have our priorities straight, and we got to learn to lead into situations, okay, with how we want them to be. All right, because if not, as y'all can see, it could end up costing us a lot, you know what I'm saying. And so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, y'all. Y'all go ahead and comment below. What do y'all think about this situation? Do y'all think that they kind of split up because, you know, Ken cheated on De'Ara? I wasn't really able to confirm that for sure, but do y'all think that that's what happened? They kind of considered that in the background, or do y'all think that they just kind of broke it off because, you know, the brand was just affected so much? You know, go ahead and comment below if you all want me to continue to report on Ken and De'Ara. You know, I got plans to do a video review of her first day out episode. Okay, I know the first two were posted, but I consider the third one her first day out. If y'all want me to report on those things, go ahead and like this information, and most definitely sub and hit that bell, because I'm gonna drop something that you're gonna like. All right, anyway, y'all, this is your folks Shaka, the Urban Philosopher. I am out. It's 300.